Hey folks, this is Drew Barrett. I'd like to give you a sincere welcome to my YouTube channel. If you've been here before, or if this is your very first time, please take a minute to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then check me out on Facebook and Twitter. As always, feel free to share anything I post. Today's going to be real quick. Sorry about my chair. Today's going to be real quick. I'd like to talk about pride. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of pride that you think you're better than everybody else and you're a jerk to everybody and you walk with your nose all stuck up in the air like you're somebody. I'm talking about a different kind of pride. Governor Zell Miller describes pride as follows: the feeling of self-worth which finds its source in satisfaction from past accomplishments, motivation in present endeavors, and inspiration springing from future aspirations. Like I said, obviously I'm not talking about being a jerk to everybody. I'm talking about being proud of yourself at the end of the day for the job that you've done with what you've had available. I know every day's not perfect. Trust me, I have those days just like everybody else. I have those days where it seems like nothing is working out. But you know what? Like I've said before, picture your worst day you've ever had. I don't care if it was a medical past or an auto accident, whatever it was. Or maybe the whole day just fell apart. You lost some significant deal you were working on. I don't care what that day was. You got through it. But I'm talking about, be proud of your day at the end of the day. Be proud of the fact that you finished your day. You did the best you could. That you're loving on your family right. You're dealing with your spiritual life right. You're dealing. You might be saying no to things that affect your life in a bad way, like drugs or alcohol, or maybe maybe it's just staying on your phone too long. I know folks that when you see them, and my wife and I do this some. But we'll be out to eat and we'll check our phones. I'll be honest with you. But sometimes you see couples there that the whole time they're there, there's no conversation or anything. They're just on their phones. But maybe we lost our pride because of something that happened in our past. Something at a job, or something our parents might have told us when we were younger, or something a teacher or some kind of leader told us. Maybe all we grew up with was bad relationships. Maybe we just never had confidence in ourselves. I heard a speaker, and I cannot remember his name, and I always try to quote the correct speakers. But they were talking about a major league a pitcher had visited a prison, and he gave his life story, and the prisoner said, "How did you get to where you are today?" And he said, "Man, when I was a kid, my father told me, you keep throwing that ball." Zig Ziglar tells a story. "You keep throwing that ball like that, you'll be in the major leagues one day." He said, "My coaches always told me, you keep throwing that ball like that, you'll be in the major leagues one day." He said, "My college coaches told me, you keep throwing that ball like that, you'll be in the major leagues one day." So, and he said, I'm a product of what people told me in the past. And one of the prisoners pulled him to the side and talked to him, and he said, "I'm here for life for a murder." And he said, I don't have any chance to get out. And he said, "I'm a product of what I've been told my whole life." He said, "The whole time I was a kid, I was always told that I was no good. I was always told that I would never be anything. I was always told that I was going to get in big trouble one day." And he said, so that's just kind of what my expectation was. So, he had lost his pride in himself at a very young age. But, most of us used to have pride. Even that guy used to have pride. We just don't anymore. And my question to you is why? Why don't you have the pride you used to have? I think it's how we look at things. I think we look at things every day. We have an opportunity with everything that comes up to look at things positively or negatively. Is our mind and our heart where they need to be? Are we doing our best, or are we just getting by? Because getting by in the long run does not work. You can ask people all the time that have not, that struggle with just getting by, and it's like they just get by and then something terrible happens and it falls apart. If you're ahead of the game and something goes wrong, you can slow down and recoup. But if you're just getting by and something goes wrong, it's hard to come back. We must develop the self-discipline to work on ourselves every day. By working on ourselves, we can develop the self-confidence that we all need. When we have our self-confidence back, then we can be proud of a job we are doing. It can be a job in a relationship. It can be a job at work. It can be a job in your spiritual life. It can be just, hey, I did something better than I did yesterday, and you start to build that back. Then you have to start expecting more of you. Most of my videos are always saying start with the small steps, but eventually you must start taking bigger steps, larger steps, and eventually you're going to have to run. But nothing's going to happen until you get serious about you. But you can do it, but it's up to you. Hey, if this video's helped you, or if you have any suggestions that might help others, or tips on how you keep going and keep everything in a positive way, or as positive as you can keep it. I know, like I said, I know every day's not perfect. Please give me a comment below, because you never know who you're helping. I actually got a comment the other day on a video, and I don't remember which one it was, but it just touched my heart so much because she said this was exactly what I needed today. And I appreciate that, because I had no idea. You know, I have no idea who I'm talking to. I have no idea who this is reaching. Of course, everybody doesn't hit like. Everybody doesn't subscribe, so I have no idea. But it touched her enough that she left a comment, and I just want her to know that it touched me. But reminder, this channel's for you. So if there's something that you're struggling with or you'd like me to talk about, just let me know in the comments or send me a private message, you know, or a Twitter, or I guess it's a tweet, a tweeter, or a message on Facebook. And thank you so much for taking the time. But please remember to subscribe to my channel and check me out on Facebook and YouTube. And always feel free to share anything I post. And guys, if nobody has told you today that you're loved, I love you. And I would love the opportunity to talk to you about someone who loves us all. Deuces.